Hey guys, welcome back to Paul's Little Forge. We're continuing this week with part 2 of Kyle's copper Damascus dagger. Kyle's a customer of mine and a pretty good one. So far everything's gone really good and we're hoping that continues on. So hang around and let's see what happens. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this over to the grinder and get these bevels put in on all 4 sides. After we get the bevels put in, we'll tape this up really good and try to protect it. Then we're going to work on the cross guard, get that put on. I'm going to do a little shaping to this, hoping to do a little curve this way, maybe some shape back here. And then lastly, we'll get the pommel put on the back end. So I got the 36 grit belt already put on here. We're going to start off with that. And then after 36, I will probably go all the way up to 120. I don't really see a reason to go to 80 in between. I've had good luck skipping that one. I have 80 belts just because sometimes I do not start with a 36. I start with 80 if I have a really thin blade, and sometimes even 120 if it's a fillet knife. The reason for that is because the grit on this 36 is really high, and you start grinding into a really thin blade with that. To get all those grooves out of there, you've got to start sanding down really far to cover them all up. And they may be so deep that you didn't leave your blade thick enough when you get all the lines out. All right, this is as far as we're gonna go at this point with grinding. You can see that copper, it's got a pretty cool little pattern right there. It's Condursal Z1100. Wear gloves with this. Do not get it on you. I don't know what's in it. It could be uranium or something like that. I don't know, but it's not good for you. So you got to stir it. And all this is doing is just protecting the thickness of the knife that you have right now. It keeps all the scale from building up on the outside that would normally happen. The scale happens because of the shock between coming out of the fire extremely hot and then going into oil or water. So the Condursal works as a barrier to prevent that from happening. So all I do, guys, I just dip it in like that. I'm not too worried about the tang. Dip it in this way. I'll take this brush and just make sure it covers it. I tried putting very thin layers of this on, and I didn't have near as much luck as I thought I would, because that's in the description of how to use it. So I just let it hang dry. So I'll show you here in just a second where it's at. what I'm doing, guys, is I put that slot in there, and then I took the threaded rod and wedged it into that slot. That way I have something to screw my pommel onto when we get to the end of the knife assembly. Now I'm going to weld it in place. So I did a little bit on the end mill. As you can see here, I've put a groove in there and then an opening back here. That way this can fit onto here like so, go down. And then you can see on the back here, I got some shapes I'm about to go grind into it right now. right, it's been about maybe 10, maybe 15 minutes. Let's see how this came out. Not too bad. Hey everybody, I wanted to just let you know, I did Cerakote the pommel and the cross guard for this Dagger. I wanted to show you guys that. The first time I had filmed it, I made a mistake and the Cerakote had a run in it, so I had to stop. So I didn't want to use that video. When I got it cleaned up and coated it again, I had forgot to turn the camera on. So they did get coated in Cerakote. I did that right here in the shop. Maybe next time we can film that. I do apologize, but here's a good looking knife. All right, we got Kyle's copper Damascus Dagger all finished. I think it came out pretty good. I like it. I left the natural cracks in the bone so that people know it is bone, but it's all sealed and stabilized. It's not coming apart. We got Cerakote on the cross guard and the pommel. It's a pretty good looking knife, guys.